Hello, everyone, and welcome. Welcome to Wellness Wednesday. It is such a pleasure to be here with you this evening as we explore our power to change and recognize our own potential. The past few weeks, we have been on a journey where we are recognizing our own goodness while also working toward making healthy and lasting changes in our lives from this kind hearted and compassionate place. We began by exploring the possibilities that come with new beginnings and how bringing a beginner's mind really allows us to recognize the changes that might need to be made. This beginner's mind also allows us to see new perspectives to emerge on old habits. The beginner's mind really affords us the ability to see all of the wonderful possibilities that lie before us. And we also discussed the importance of approaching these changes that we would like to incorporate in our lives from a place of self kindness and self compassion. And from this perspective, from this kind hearted and compassionate place, we decided to make intentions for ourselves. We set intentions for ourselves and we focused on why we wanted to make these changes and how we wanted these changes to feel. And this week, we are going to take it a step further and delve into our power to change. I would like to acknowledge that today was a very historic day. And it is an example of the power of change, regardless of which aisle you fall. We now have the first ever Asian and Black female vice president, and this so strongly highlights the power of change. We as human beings have this inherent capacity for change, but we must first recognize our power, our capability to change. Lucky for us, there is very little that we cannot change about ourselves. We can change our appearance, right? We can change our hair color, how we dress, our weight, even our eye color with colored contacts. We can change our perceptions, our attitudes, and our beliefs. We can change just about anything but our past. And science has shown this with research that has been done on neuroplasticity. And personally, I find this recognition to be rather inspiring and liberating. As human beings, we have so much potential. We truly are capable of so much. Honestly, often much more than we even realize. We often underestimate our inner strength and our wisdom. However, if we really take the time to pause, to listen to our inner voices, we may find that we have all of the answers that we need residing right within ourselves. So tonight, we are going to turn inwards and listen to this inner voice. We are going to look at our own potential and explore an exceptionally effective strategy for habit change. And so, with that, I would like to invite you to allow your eyes to close or to soften your gaze. And as you do so, I'd like to read this quote by Ralph Waldo Emerson. The only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be. Read that one more time. The only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be. And so allowing those words to settle. And as the words settle, continue to settle into your own seat. Maybe noticing the feet making contact with the floor. Sensing into this contact. Maybe feeling rooted and connected to the earth beneath the soles of the feet. And then maybe noticing the sits bones resting on the seat beneath you. Perhaps feeling supported or held by the seat in some way. Maybe taking some comfort in this. Maybe finding a little extra length in the spine, reaching through the crown of the head. Perhaps shrugging the shoulders if that feels right, lifting the shoulders up toward the ears, and then releasing them back down to the sides of the body. And perhaps even inviting a slackening of the jaw, a softening of the forehead if that feels right. And as you continue to settle into this posture, perhaps you become aware of the fact that the body is breathing. And just gently resting the awareness on the breath, following each breath cycle as best you can. Staying with each breath, breath by breath, and moment by moment. Just following the natural rhythm of the breath. Following one breath in, one breath out, another breath in, and another breath out. And continuing to follow the breath in this way. Just staying with the ebb and the flow of the breath. And remembering that each breath is a new beginning. With each breath, we can begin again. And as you continue to breathe, remembering the fundamental assumption of mindfulness, as long as you are breathing, there is more right with you than wrong with you. And with this perspective, we are already good enough, just as we are. And now, from this place and with this perspective, allow yourself to envision all of the possibilities that 2021 might have in store for you. And as you envision all of these possibilities, remember to come from a place of self kindness and self compassion. What would you like this new year to bring? Is there a shift or a change that you would like to have happen? asking yourself, what do I want? Asking yourself, what do I really, really want? And several things may have come up for you. And now just choosing one. So choosing one thing and holding this in your awareness. And asking yourself, why do I want this? Just taking a moment to reflect on the why. Why do I wish to implement this change? And just holding this wish in your heart, whatever it is that has arisen for you, holding this intention for yourself in your heart space, in your awareness. And as you continue to hold this wish in your heart, imagine the most wonderful outcome. If this wish were realized, what is the most wonderful outcome that could happen? And notice how it feels in your body to envision the greatest possible outcome of realizing this goal, of realizing this wish. Just taking some time to notice what it feels like in the body. And now I'd like you to imagine any obstacles that might come in the way of achieving this wish or goal. So just imagining any obstacles that might arise. And maybe many things have arisen, or perhaps just one has arisen. But I invite you to choose one obstacle, one internal obstacle. So, not choosing something external, but choosing an obstacle that might be experienced from within. Perhaps asking yourself, how might I get in my own way? And this could be habits of mind or an old story that we tell ourselves. Just choosing an obstacle that is within your control. And as you choose this internal obstacle, holding it in your awareness, and as you hold this internal obstacle in your awareness, notice what this feels like. Notice what it feels like to envision this obstacle occurring or arising. Recognizing how this feels in the body. Perhaps noticing that this feels different than the best possible outcome felt into the body. And just sensing into this. And now asking yourself, if this obstacle arises, what is one effective action that I can take? What is something that I can do to get out of my own way and stay on track to fulfill my wish or goal? And just taking some time to reflect on this. For example, if I become tired, then I will go outside and take a walk. So, just again reflecting on an effective action that can be taken if this internal obstacle arises. And this becomes our plan. This action becomes our plan. If our internal obstacle arises, then we can take action. We can take the action that we determine to stay on track. And this will help us to realize our wishes, our intentions, and our goals. And we can do this from a place of self kindness and self love. We can take compassionate action to stay on track with our goal pursuit. And now that we have a plan in place to help us realize our wish and goal, just tuning in a little bit deeper and recognize your own potential. Turning inward and recognizing the boundless potential that resides within you. this spring of potential waiting to be tapped into. You have so much potential. You are capable of so much. And now gently finding your way back to the breath. This tried and true companion that is the breath. And just following along with each inhalation and each exhalation. Staying with the breath that breathes itself. Continuing to stay with the ebb and flow of the breath cycle. And I'm going to read a poem, The Open Door by Donna Faulds. A door opens. Maybe I've been standing here shuffling my weight from foot to foot for decades. Or maybe I only knocked once. In truth, it doesn't matter. A door opens and I walk through without a backward glance. This is it then, the moment of truth in a lifetime of truth. A choice made, a path taken, the gravitational pull of spirit too compelling to ignore any longer. I am received by something far too vast to see. It has roots in antiquity, but speaks clearly in the present tense. Be, the vastness says. Be without adverbs, descriptors, or qualities. Be so alive that awareness bears itself uncloaked and unadorned. Then go forth to give what you alone can give. Awake to love and suffering, unburdened by the weight of expectations. Go forth to see and be seen, blossoming, blossoming. And in a moment, I am going to ring the bell, which will conclude the formal period of our meditation practice. And just seeing if you can be with the sound as it enters the field of your awareness. And if the eyes have been closed, I invite you to open them now. And I have a weekly invitation for you. Your invitation for this week is to utilize the action plan that you created to help with your goal pursuit when your internal obstacle arises. And it might be helpful to write this action plan down and stick it somewhere that you can see. Perhaps putting it on a post it note and sticking it on your mirror in the bathroom or on your nightstand, or maybe making a note in your phone so that you have a friendly reminder handy anytime you might need it. And also remembering that throughout this goal pursuit, it is so important to offer yourself kindness and compassion, this kindness and compassion that you so deserve. I wish you a really wonderful week ahead. It has been so wonderful practicing with you this evening, and it's always such a joy and an honor to practice with you each and every week. So be well, take care of yourselves, and I look forward to seeing you next week for our theme, forgiveness. Have a great evening, everyone. Bye bye.